Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Average Joe Dividends YouTube channel. If you've been following this journey, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe so that you do not miss future videos. Also, please click the like button to help grow this channel and get the word out on dividend growth investing. Getting paid just for owning stocks. This is what dividend growth investing is all about. This is my weekly buy video, and my current strategy is to deposit $100 of my own money per week and let the portfolio do the heavy lifting for me going forward. All dividends received will be reinvested back into that stock from which it was received. My goal is to put this money to work for me in the long term to build a growing and reliable income stream. I am a long-term buy and hold investor who focuses primarily on individual blue chip stocks as well as ETFs and CEFs. I am providing full transparency, so the only thing I ask in return is to please like this video. What we're looking at right now is my taxable M1 stock brokerage account. We'll look at the performance just from the last week, and we can see we're down 1.28%. The market's really been dipping lately. We'll look at today, and no exception, we're down 0.5%, and the portfolio has gone down an additional $1,000. But to me, this is a buying opportunity. I'm not changing a thing. I'm going to keep on buying and, of course, reinvesting my dividends. I'm going to jump into the activity log so I can show you what I bought with the $100. But I just want to first show you the last dividends that came in on the 29th. These have not been reinvested yet. You can see a really big one here, BST, that 384.78. So all these here are going to be dividend reinvestments and part of the 12 buys. So I just wanted to show you that really quickly. So even though I only deposited $100, you can see there's an additional $431.83, and that is those dividends being reinvested. That's that snowball, which is larger than my deposit, being put right back into the portfolio. So without further ado, let's take a look and see what I bought. Pepsi, this is a dividend reinvestment at $12.57. Kellogg's, this was just a tiny buy. This is part of the $100 $211. Travelers, $3.95. That's a dividend reinvestment. Same with Union Pacific, $4.69. This also, the BST, the $3.90. That is a dividend drip in there. And FNF, $7.39. Also dividend drip. Same with Extra Space, $5.69. Black Hills, $18.95. This is part of the $100. So this is another thing I'm buying. Digital Realty, another drip. This is dividend reinvestment for the $7.57. And O Realty, looks like this is where the largest portion of the $100 went to. And O right now is below $50. I can't believe it. Just not too long ago, it was over $70. But right now, with the interest rates, REITs have become unfavorable. But I think that's going to be temporary. I think O is going to be around for the long term. So that is where 68.73 of that $100 went to. And then American Tower, $387, that was part of the $100, as well as HPQ, $631. So that rounds out the buys. What I'm going to do next is I want to show you what this did to my dividend income. And I'm going to go to a Google Docs spreadsheet, and I'll put a link below. And this shows you all the positions that are in my portfolio. I'll just show you really quickly. You can pause if you want. You can take a look and see what I'm invested in, but the sheet's also going to show it as well. The same shares and dollar amount value, and this is arranged from the highest to lowest. You can see SCHD is the highest. I'll just scroll down here really quickly so you can read it, or you can slow it down. But what I have in my portfolio is not investment advice, also as well as what I'm buying. Just it's what I think is good for what I'm doing for my investment strategy. So you need to do your own research. We'll see the lowest. Looks like American States Water is the smallest investment at just over $500. So I'm going to go over to that Google Docs spreadsheet that I just mentioned. And we'll scroll up here. I'll just kind of show you what it tracks: the company name, ticker symbol, the current share price. It uses a Google Finance function and just pulls the price And the number of shares, that is pulled from the M1 data tab. You look below to the right, I have an M1 data tab, and I'm going to show you how I import into that really quickly here. You can see the current market value, my cost basis, whether I have a gain or loss in the position. Anything in red, I have a loss in it, so you can see by the percentage. And anything in red is a loss, and over here the percentage gain, anything above 10% is green, anything 0 to 9.99% is in white, anything in red of course is a negative. And here's the current dividend being paid per share. That's something though I manually look up. You can see that's hard coded in there. My sheet does not automatically do that, but I check for updates probably every couple days. And here's the current yield percentage if I were to purchase more shares. Anything above 5% is green. This is my yield on cost. Since I'm ahead with this investment, my yield on cost is nearly 10% for this investment. This is the date that the dividend is going to hit my accounts. And this is the estimated dividend. If I don't buy any more shares, the next time this investment pays, this is what the estimated dividend is going to be. And the dividend paid, and it is blank right here, but it's going to be populated because we are in October, and tomorrow dividends are going to start rolling in for me. These two are going to roll in for me for ADP and Allstate. And so right about $8, $9 is going to roll in there, and I'll put those amounts as I receive them. And I also total up the total dividends I've received for every investment. You can see like a BST, one of my larger holdings, I've received over $3,200 in dividends. I also track the last dividend increase. The great thing about being a dividend growth investor is you invest in things, in stocks where they grow their dividends. And not all of my investments grow their dividends like clockwork year over year, but most of them do. And you can see the last increase percentage, and some are lower, some are higher. And if they didn't increase their dividend over the last year, I put in a 0. It looks like WP Carey, they did increase their dividend, but it was less than 1%. And I put the increase month where it's likely to increase the dividend. If I have a VAR, it's a variable. That means they are not consistent. But again, most of these companies are very consistent. And I'm just going to scroll down here. I have a color key. You can see we're in the month of October. That is the first month of quarter 4, so it's in the light green. And the second month of the quarter is the medium green, and the dark green is the last month of the quarter. So I have that color coded. I have monthly payers, Agree Realty, Realty Income, and BST. Those pay every month for me. And variable dividends. The one investment that is variable is SCHD. You can see right there. So those are my little color codes. You can see here's the current market value of this portfolio. It's been all over the place. It's been as high as 214. It's been lower than 200 recently. So it's gone down quite a bit from where it was not too long ago. You can see my cost basis, but you can see my gain or loss due to the dividends. I'm actually ahead $7,700 because of the dividends. If these stocks did not pay dividends, I would be upside down about $2,000-ish. And I also track the cash flow of this portfolio, the monthly cash flow, quarterly cash flow, and the annual cash flow. You can see this portfolio is over $10,000 a year right now, and this is going to change. This is going to go up, and we'll see by how much, because I have not updated the data with the buys that I did in M1 today. So let's go back to the holdings tab. I'm going to show you how I update this, and I'm going to grab everything starting from the name column. If you have an M1 account with a lot of different holdings, let me know. If you need help with setting up your sheet, I will help you out. It's quite easy. Copy. And then I go to my M1 data tab. This is custom. I built myself. But it's not really complicated. I'm just going to paste everything into the A column. And all it's going to do is it's going to take the information from the A column, and it's just going to shift it where I'm going to line up next to SCHD where the number of shares and the cost basis, because with everything in a single column, it's really hard to pull it, because in the first tab I have a VLOOKUP, and that's how it's pulling the number of shares. You can see the VLOOKUP from the M1 data tab, and it's also pulling the cost basis. So I'll go back here. I'm going to paste that data. I haven't done that yet. Just takes a second. Paste special values only. And we're going to get, once it updates, there it is. It's thinking, it's done. Go to the dividend portfolio tab. And now we're up to a monthly cash flow average of $846.90. I'm going to go over to my monthly average dividend tracking, and I'm going to put that amount in there, $846.90, because I like to track all the different changes in this portfolio. And we'll see what the result was to my monthly cash flow with the $100 deposit, as well as dripping Broadcom there, that's AVGO, FNF, Digital Realty, and I think that's supposed to be Pepsi, not Per, over there. I'll correct that. Travelers, Union Pacific, Extra Space, and BST. Let's correct Per real quick. We'll make that Pepsi. So what that did was, it's going to give me now, going forward, an additional, on top of the monthly average dividend, an additional $3.68 going forward. I'm going to jump over to my dividend tracker tab. You can see it updated that right there for October. So we're already ahead in October and adding more and more income to this portfolio, because remember, we were at $843.22 and we've now jumped up to $846.90, and that was really because of a $100 buy, but mostly because of the drip, and the drip mainly from BST, and that one hits pretty hard every month, and it's going to keep going up. Let's take a look at what it's going to be for the next month. Estimated it's going to be at least $388.68 there for BST. So it just keeps going up and up. You can see, the annuals up to $10,162, and that pretty much covers everything in this video. We'll go back really quickly so you can see those buys again, and I'll point out just the ones where the $100 went to, because the rest were drips. The buys were in just a tiny bit in Kellogg's. Kellogg's had a big drop today. They've announced some news. So Black Hills, $18.95. O Realty was the biggest one. I've seen a lot of videos on this, and it's no surprise to me, because I think it's a quality REIT, and it's been dropping like crazy. And there was $68.73 went there, a little bit to American Tower, and also to HP. So let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you guys are buying and what you think of what I'm buying. I hope everyone has a great week, and everyone take care.